Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am excited to come to you today with another fresh new episode for your Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing well out there, crushing it, crushing the spring rush for a lot of you guys. We are in full summer stride here in Alabama. We've been mowing grass since March, so we've mowed a full 3 months now, a whole quarter almost, which is crazy. And we are in the thick of it, buddy. We are in the thick of it. Life is good. Business is good. We are doing some restructuring right now, and I think I've talked about it a little bit, not a ton, but what we're doing is we're having to do a little bit of a reset. And why are we doing that? What are we doing that for? All those things. Well, I'm happy to tell you, and I'm happy to talk about it today on the show. So thank you for your support of the show. Thank you for everything you do for us. I hope that you got your ticket for Equip before June the 1st, but if you did not, I have good news. The promo code GG50 still saves you 50% off. It's just going to cost you a few more dollars to get in the show. But that's okay because it's only $5 or $10 more bucks. You're in the show. No harm, no foul. I still encourage you to get your ticket now. And you do not wait to the show because also you don't want to miss hotel reservations. Get your hotel reservations as quickly as possible because those are what you're going to need to sleep at night. And they're expensive, very, very expensive. If you don't know that already, if you've never been to Equip, I can promise you don't want to get there and pay for a room right before the show. So get your tickets to the show. Get your tickets to get your hotel tickets and reservations made because if you don't make those, again, you'll be paying lots and lots of money, and I don't want you to do that. So GG50 gets you in the door, 50% off. EquipExposition.com, I should say. And I'm excited to be there again this year, and I'm excited to help our industry grow. As I write down a note here, before we dive in, I want to take a minute and also say thank you to our friend Chris Gentruth from My Service Area for coming on last week. If you want to go over there, you can sign up for My Service Area and save some money over there as well with a great software that helps you vet your leads before they come in, right, or when they come in, because you don't want to be chasing addresses all day long by any stretch. And if that's what you're doing, well, that is just no fun at all. So here we go. What are we doing in our business, right? Where are we at? What's going on? Why are we doing a little bit of reset and restructuring? And what is our plan moving forward? I haven't talked a ton about it, but I want to make sure and talk to you guys about it because you guys are our friends and family and supporters. And I appreciate each and every one of you and what you do for us and how you help us. And so I want to keep you up to date on where we're at. So we are actually doing a little bit of restructuring into our business. We were really, really, really close to setting and starting a second mowing crew. We bought a second truck. We were like, man, we're really close to pulling the trigger. What are we going to do? How are we going to man it? How are we going to be able to keep it going? All those things, right? Well, we started diving into our numbers this year, and this is thanks to Forward Coaching, my friend Pat Murray over there at Forward Coaching. I highly suggest you reach out to them and tell me you heard about them here on the show and get hooked up, get in some of their peer groups. It is amazing money well spent. Pat and Ken there are doing some amazing work, like building our industry and making sure that we truly, truly grow together and grow our businesses. And how are we going to do that? Well, we do it with the community that we've got here on the show, right? And we do it with really learning and diving into our numbers in our business, investing the time and the money into our business. It's not cheap. It's a lot of money, actually. I pay a lot of money for that. but it's very good money well spent. And so we were diving into our numbers, and I was like, Pat, look, we're here. We're close, right? We're close to splitting. We got the truck. Let's go. We're so overworked. We paid a ton of overtime last year. That was our holdup. Like, we didn't make as much money as we should because of our overtime, and our wages were so high, blah, blah, blah. Well, we dove into this year, and we're on the same trajectory. I'm like, something's got to change. We got to change something. So let's start a second crew, right? That is not always the case, guys. Before you grow, I highly suggest you check your business inside and out and make sure that that's the best move, because it may not be. For us, it was not right now. So we dove into our maintenance, and we got really accurate data. And this is based off of our crew data, LMN and Crew, the app that we track with, right? I highly, highly, highly suggest that you look into that if you don't already. And I know you think, man, I'm just pitching this morning, right? No, I'm just trying to tell you things that we're using in our systems and businesses every day, because this is it. This is what we're using. So we have really good data in our timesheets from Crew, and I went back through and I was like, okay, we got 3 months of data. Let's start looking at these, and what is our average revenue per hour for these properties? Because revenue per hour is a huge thing, and you want to be, from the mouth of Mark Bradley himself, you want to be somewhere around $125 an hour to truly grow residential landscape maintenance. That's including all services for a property. So maybe you're getting $90 an hour for mowing, strictly mowing, but you're doing enhancements twice a year, and then an install or something like that, right, for the customer. Maybe you're doing pine straw mulch, annual flowers, whatever. That revenue can get you up to that $125 an hour pretty easy. So you have to look at your revenue per hour, though, and make sure your pricing is right. Because if your pricing isn't right, you're going to end up upside down on your properties. You're going to feel like, man, where's my cash? What are we doing? Where are we going? How are we going to grow? Because guess what, guys? I've felt that. I have felt that. Growing has not been easy. Growing has not been easy. We've got 6 guys on payroll, 7 including myself. It is a lot of work, a lot of work. And it's a lot of money, right? It's a lot of money. You have to go into this saying, hey, I am prepared for whatever comes our way, right? And I'm prepared to take the maybe it's the debt load, maybe it's the risk, maybe it's the employee management, right? What is it? You got to take it on and hit it head on. And I saw, this is actually a great it's a great analogy that I saw for the first time the other day. And it's not groundbreaking, but it's pretty good when you think about it this way. It was Dan Martell who posted a reel. He's not the one that said that. He didn't come up with this, right? But I'm sure he got it from somewhere. Why do buffaloes run into the rain, into a storm if it's coming, right? Well, because if you run into the storm, you're in the storm less time. You're not just sitting there let the storm wail on you, right? You're running into it, you're running through it, and you're in it for less time. So when you are tackling this business growth period, because there's a lot of, guys, there's times when you grow, there's times when you hold, there's times when you just hey, we're going to hold on to profit this year and stack it up. We're going to reinvest heavy next year. We are in a heavy growth period, and I'm having to hit it head on. You know what? We're going to get through it. It's going to be tough, but we're going to go. We're going to go. We're going to go. And so we're doing that right now. We are 100% doing that right now, and we're figuring things out. And it's not easy, but we're figuring it out. And so we dove into these numbers, and I said, guys, we're not making money on a lot of these yards, believe it or not. And it's because there's a couple of factors, right? Some of these yards we've been with for 4 or 5 years now, so we were underpriced back then, and we didn't know what we were charging. We were just like, hey, $60 sounds good, right? $60, 2 guys on a 30-minute lawn, no good. Losing money, upside down. And so we're having to go through and fix a lot of that. Well, so we have roughly 110 customers. It fluctuates, and we are probably going to end up nixing 15 to 20 of those to drop a route down because we're losing a maintenance guy. And we're not immediately going to replace him. We're going to rock with the 2 that we have. We're going to train them well and continue to build them. And we're going to try to make a really, really solid, profitable route with 2 guys. And we're going to cut some. Again, we're going to cut the fat. The ones that are outliers, the ones that aren't in our real good service area, they're yards that we don't really enjoy. There's a lot of different factors in place, but mainly we're looking at that revenue per hour. There are some yards, guys, that true, openly, honestly, transparently here. I'm sharing you the insides and the outsides, right, of the business. We've talked about that forever. Our YouTube videos, as they continue to roll out through the year ahead, that's what it's going to be about, is the ins and the outs. And some of these guys, we're making $30, $40 a man hour on them, and we need to be at 90 plus, right, for mowing. And so there's a couple factors. There's the underpriced factor. There is the you're driving too much, so too far out of the way factor. There is the, hey, well, you're just taking too long factor, right? You're not getting them done fast enough, so do you need new equipment, better equipment, larger, smaller equipment? What is it? Is there too many guys on a crew, right? For us, we've been running a 3-man crew all year because we were going to split into 2, right? And so we've been like really fat on salary, and our revenue isn't necessarily reflecting that because we're putting 3 guys on a residential 2-man crew that should be done. Two men should be getting it done. And so with that said, we are doing a little bit of a reset. Like I said, we're going to clear out 15 to 20 of these, our underliers, our outliers, and clean up our clientele list to where we are really firing on all cylinders and making good revenue to payroll ratios, because it's not easy. It's not easy, right? And you hear me say that, and you're like, dude, stop saying it's not easy. Like, but it's not, and anybody's going to tell you that. Nothing worth having came easy, right? Losing a bunch of weight, being the best athlete in the world, none of that came easy. Scotty Scheffler's the best golfer in the world right now. He's on par to, this is a bold statement, to catch up to Tiger eventually. Tiger was so dominant for 5, 10 years. Like, he was dominant for years, right? Years. Scotty is like bumping on his, coming up on his tail, right? And he's got a long time to go to prove himself, but he's quickly getting there. And you sit here and you say, well, what is Scotty doing, right? Well, Scotty's training all day, every day, 365 days a year. He probably takes some time off here and there, yeah, but he is training all the time. Excuse me. And he's also the best in the world because of it. There's no one that's even close. There's no one that's even close to him when it comes to his skill and his playing ability and his consistency. And what does this tell you? He trains. We have to train every day in our business. We have to work in it. We have to work on it. We have to work around it. All of the things. The common phrase, the popular phrase is, get out of working in the business and work on the business, right? Well, don't get out of working in the business too quickly. You can get out and work on the business 100%. You need to do that. Don't catch me saying that. You have to work on it, right? I'm still working on it. But you still need to work in it a little bit. You can't just run out. You can't lose quality control. You can't do those things. So as you continue to grow this year and many years ahead, I highly urge you to stop and look. And this is like, I'm a young buck, right? In comparison to a lot of other people in the industry. There's a lot of guys younger than me, though, right? There's 16, 17, 18-year-olds in this community. But what I suggest you do is, as you bring on new lawns, you do this audit from the beginning. You use LMN to estimate. It's going to tell you what your revenue per hour is if you're estimating it correctly. And you have a number that you don't drop below. $80 an hour, $90 an hour, you pick, right, what you need in your business. I told you, coming from someone who grew a $50 million landscape company, 125 is a pretty good number, including all services. And so you pick that, and you say, all right, here we go. This is it. Like, this is our Bible. We don't stray from this. We don't bid a lawn that's going to make us $60 a man hour. We just don't do it. We would be better off not taking on the customer because you're going to lose money. And that's kind of where we're at, is like, we're having to do a little reset. These are yards that we took on 5, 6, 7 years ago. When we started, we're having to cancel some, we're having to up some. And we also took over a clientele list last year that was a little underpriced, but it was exactly in our service area. Like, I'm having to call them and say, hey, we're going to have to raise your rate a little bit. Like, we love taking care of you, but the guy that was doing it before you was just a one-man band. He had no overhead. He didn't have the stuff that we had. You didn't get the quality that you're getting with us now, like the consistency, the communication, the portal, all the things. Like, it's going to cost a little more money. And we want to keep you, but it's going to cost a little more. And if they don't like it, then they can go find a new provider. They're going to have to, because right now we're paying some people to do their lawns. And it's like, that's just no good. That is absolutely no good. And so as we go continue. I'll keep you updated on this and where it goes. But this is just a little bit of like Wednesday. Hey, you say, how's this motivation, right? It's motivation in the sense of, look, I can figure this out this far in. You can figure this out in year 1, year 2, year 3, right? You can do it. You can do it. There's no one stopping you except you. It is a tough conversation. It's a hard thing to do. It takes some time to learn the numbers. It's going to cost you some money maybe if you don't know how to work software. You can use ChatGPT to still do it, though. Like, it's not hard. But I can tell you what you got to do to find revenue per hour if you don't have LMN. All you got to do is take your total amount billed, so we'll call a lawn $60, and you divide it by the amount of hours you were there. So we were there for 1.3 man hours. Your revenue per hour is $44 an hour, right? It's that simple. That's simple. So you need to bump that up, right? If you were there for an hour, it would be $60. Okay, you do the math from there. It's not hard to figure out, but you got to track it. You got to manage it. You got to keep up, and that's where the hard part comes in, is the keep up, the upkeep, the discipline to make sure you stay on top of it. When everything gets busy, life gets crazy, where do you go? What do you do? Where are your priorities? This is when you got to work on the business. And it's not easy. It's not always fun. So there's your motivation for a Wednesday show. Just a little bit of transparency on where we are. We're good. Landscape crew is killing it. We're actually about to split that into 2 crews right now and start like an irrigation and lighting division that we're going to start pushing pretty hard. Not sure exactly how it's going to go yet. We got to start searching for some new clients and really hammering that out. But we're going to do it, and I'm excited to achieve it and take on the challenge. It's not going to be easy, but we have a good team in place to be able to make these things happen. And we're going to continue to build our foundation so we can grow our company and everything else that we have going on. So we're building our people, guys. People build the people build the business. It's that simple. That's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Y'all have a good Wednesday. If you're out there, keep your head up, keep pushing. We'll come back to you here on Friday with a little bit of a longer show, a little bit of, hey, let's dive into some more X's and O's and talk some more high-level things. So let me know if I can ever help you. Y'all have a great Wednesday. Crush the rest of the week if you're listening in real time. We'll catch up with you here on Friday. Thank you for tuning in. Without any further ado, guys, that's going to wrap this one up. We look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.